Hello for you fiends and collectors, this is me, Daniel East 1000, back again with another Star Wars Black Series figure review. Today we're going to be having a look at Ahsoka Tano, how she appears in Peridea. First, as per usual, we'll be taking a look at the packaging, then the figure itself. Starting off, it is pretty much bog standard stuff, although it is the new style of packaging, of which incorporates a bit of the old and the new. You've got Star Wars Black Series at the top there, the logo. Lovely window packaging, which does actually have some imagery in the backdrop, of course in the coloration of blue as well, of which really does set the figure off very nicely in the packaging. You've got the name of the character as well and the number. You've also got the name of the media that it's from, highlighted in that representative colour. Bit of legal McGuffles at the bottom there. On the side you got Star Wars The Black Series, nothing much really going on, although that blue does continue around on the spine. On the other side you've got some lovely artwork of the character Ahsoka just there, looking very stoic, and that blue just bleeds off with the character's name. Of course on the back you've got Star Wars The Black Series, lovely imagery repeated on the back there, and a little bit of a bio as well. Of course, number of the character, the media that appears in, and a ton of legal garb at the bottom, and at the bottom there as well. Nothing really going on at the top. And that is basically the packaging out of the way and done with. So now let's take a look at the figure itself.
Where were you?
I was keeping the ship at a safe distance.
If you didn't keep at such a safe distance, maybe we wouldn't have lost communication.
I am just following standard Jedi mission protocol.
Yang, the Order doesn't exist anymore.
Nonetheless, I have my programming.
Next time, stay close. Watch my back.
That is the job of a Jedi Padawan learner, which I am not.
Anyway, I found it.
The map?
Right where Morgan said it would be.
How did you get her to tell the truth?
Let's just say I didn't follow standard Jedi protocol.
So here we have the figure itself in hand, and I have to say this is a really lovely figgy. Small little gripes I will mention in the review, but overall relatively positive thoughts on this one. First and foremost, the head sculpt, it has to be done, is absolutely fantastic. It's a great likeness to Rosario Dawson. Really good stuff there. I love the paint. The orange really pops, and the markings as well are really well applied. Just really nice. Of course, you've got the paint application on her Leku, I believe that's what they're called, with that white and blue zebra patterning going on. Just really nice. Just looks like it's been pulled right off screen. Looks absolutely stunning. Just looking down to the costume, this is a completely new body as far as I'm aware. I think the only thing that might be reuse would be the legs from the previous Mandalorian Ahsoka. I could be wrong. Well, they certainly look very familiar to that, but everything else here is pretty damn new. Just having a look at the torso, you've got that greyish kind of white costume aesthetic, of which she gains after confronting Anakin and Vader in the World Between Worlds. Not too much to really ring home about the costume, but of course you can see her arms are exposed. Then you've got the gauntlets as well that she wears. Just really beautiful stuff. And then moving down, going with that Ronin sort of look with the baggy pants, sort of armour plating around her torso area there. And then of course moving down to the boots, you've got them Ronin type shoes. Really well detailed. Hasbro have absolutely nailed it in terms of the overall look of this figure. My real gripe does come in the fact that it doesn't come with a poncho. I think a white poncho included with this figure would have just made it cherry on the cake, perfect. She does come with the necessities though of the lightsabers. Of course you've got a short bladed one, a long bladed one. I always forget the names of them. I think one of them's a Shoto. Really cool. Of course you can remove the blades from the hilts, and they are that sort of white colour from when she's bled the lightsaber crystals. So if I just remove those for you now, you can actually put the hilts onto her belt because there are some pegs just featured there and there. And they do sit relatively well. It is a little bit precarious though. You just want to be a little bit careful and keep your eye on that when you are displaying it, because I can imagine these would pop off fairly easily. They do sit there relatively nicely if you did want a more vanilla neutral pose for Ahsoka, but I think most people are going to want her wielding those lightsabers ignited at the very least. We just put those back in for you, and then we will take a look at the articulation, of which she has a ball jointed head, ball jointed neck, butterfly joints in the shoulders, just there, ball jointed shoulders as well, ball jointed elbows, ball jointed wrists, ball jointed torso, ball jointed hips, no swivels at the tops of the thigh, ball jointed knees, and ball jointed ankles with the rocker joints. So you can get this figure in some really, really good dynamic poses. I will admit though, in terms of the feet, at least on mine, they don't seem to have been moulded that particularly flat. I don't know if that's just on my copy or what, but it is a little bit of a struggle just to get her to stand. I'm not too sure why that is. I mean, once you do get it in the sweet spot, you know, she stands pretty well. But just initially when I was trying to get this thing posed up, it does at the very least feel like the feet aren't quite solidly flat. Let me know in the comments down below if you've experienced the same, if you've picked this figure up. But that really doesn't detract from how lovely this figure is. Hasbro have absolutely nailed it in terms of the overall look. The head sculpt is the real drawing. I'm really impressed. What would have, like I said, sold me even further would have been the inclusion of the poncho, maybe some other little additional accessories, but then again I'm kind of drawing a blank, at least in terms of when she's in this costume, what accessories you could, you know, tack in with her. I'm sure there's someone online who is selling that type of cloak or poncho. I might have to look into getting one myself just to complete this figure that little bit more, but who knows, Hasbro will probably deluxify this in a 2-pack and include that with it, but we'll wait and see on that front. Really happy with this one. Hasbro's done an absolutely stellar job in detailing it and sculpting it, and I can only but recommend it. I mean, it's Ahsoka. She's a fan favourite. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And well, this is me, Daniel E1000, signing out, and thank you very much for watching.